I just wanted one cookie but couldn't stop until I'd finished the whole box. My lunch was huge and unhealthy, so I didn't stop eating afterward because my day was already ruined anyway. I was out of control. I ate anything I could get my hands on, even things I didn't even like. Has anything like this ever happened to you? If so, you're not alone. My name is Lucy. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about binge eating. Binge eating affects many people and is incredibly difficult to get rid of. Experiencing a binge eating episode causes people to eat abnormally large amounts of foods regardless of taste, hunger, or pleasure. And sometimes it comes with an urge to compensate for the excessive food intake by vomiting. Now, I want to point out that if you're experiencing severe and frequent binge eating episodes, it's crucial that you seek out professional medical help. I am going to give you a few strategies to put in place, but seeking professional advice is always the way to go. So here are some ways to overcome this binge eating. First of all, eat full, healthy meals. It's a well-known cycle. You restrict what you eat so you don't get the necessary nutrients for your body. And then your body desperately wants energy, so you find yourself eating anything and everything you can get your hands on. Later, you start feeling guilty for all the food that you ate, so you start restricting your food intake, and then the cycle goes on and on. You need to break the cycle by properly nourishing your body with whole, healthy foods. Eat whole grains, fruit and vegetables, beans, nuts. Also, you should really try to limit processed foods. When a binge eating episode appears, you're more likely to go for the high processed junk food. I mean, not often do people binge on vegetables. If you minimize how many highly processed foods you keep in your house, then the temptation won't be as big, and you'll also be doing your health a favor. You should also try to stick to an eating schedule as much as possible. If you skip meals, you're more likely to lack nutrients and energy, and then to binge later on to compensate. A small study showed that having a set eating pattern of 3 meals and 2 to 3 daily snacks each day was associated with a lower binge frequency. So you should try to set an eating pattern that really works for you and try to commit to it. Another thing you should do is definitely ditch the diet mentality. If you feel the need to restrict food, which then leads to a binge eating episode, you're very likely ingrained in the diet mentality, even if you don't even know about it. You may eat healthy, balanced meals and still binge eat. Now, this may be an emotional issue, in which case seeing a professional to address these issues will likely stop the binges as well. However, it might also be because you're either scared of gaining weight or even wish to lose weight. Now, you might be thinking that this doesn't make sense. If you eat full healthy meals and wish to lose weight, then why would you binge eat? Well, it's because the constant control is exhausting for your body. You're constantly thinking about what you're eating and whether or not it's going to make you gain weight. Sometimes this happens subconsciously. You don't want to overeat. You want everything to be perfectly balanced and healthy. You don't want to gain weight. You would even like to lose a little bit of weight. Every time you have a treat, you have to justify yourself and you have to compensate the next day, eat a lighter meal. It's just exhausting. This constant control is just so tiring for your body. And some days you just can't handle all the pressure and control, so you binge. Don't see weight gain as the end of the world. In order to stop this cycle, you need to accept that gaining a little bit of weight is not a big deal. Not losing your few extra pounds is not the end of the world. You need to realize that diet culture is pushing us to think that gaining a few pounds is the worst possible thing that can happen. It's making completely healthy people start restricting their food intake because they think that something is wrong with their body. Here are the things you actually need to be doing. Eating healthy, balanced meals with plenty of whole foods. Not excessively consuming calories. Staying active. Making sure you are healthy on a physical and emotional scale. This will get you to your healthy weight, and if this means losing some weight, then that's great. If it means gaining weight, then that's fine as well. When you really start accepting this and loving your body the way it is, then you will let go of the constant control and the binge eating episodes will stop. Another thing I highly suggest to reduce binge eating episodes is to eat mindfully. So many people are terrified to stop dieting and to start listening to their hunger cues. They're afraid that if they don't control themselves, they're going to eat endlessly and end up gaining so much weight. This is a sign that they have been dieting for too long. Truthfully, once you stop depriving yourself of food and nutrients and start eating normally again, your hunger and satiety hormones will be able to do their job and you will experience fullness. A good way to start doing this is by eating mindfully. Mindful eating is a technique used to regain control over your eating habits. Its goal is to focus on the present experience, to be fully aware of your thoughts and emotions while you are eating, creating a connection between your body and your mind. This can really enable you to listen to what your body needs and know when you are hungry and when you're full. It involves listening to your hunger cues, taking the time to eat slowly, to chew, noticing the different textures and flavors of your food, and you should be eating without any distractions, focusing solely on your food. If you want to know more about mindful eating, you can check out this video that I made about it and also read the blog post. An aspect of mindful eating involves journaling. Write down your thoughts and emotions before, during, and after a meal. Write what you ate and how it made you feel. Journaling your thoughts will help you be more mindful around food. It can help you recognize the triggers that link to binge eating, and once you become aware of them, it will be easier for you to deal with them. I also want to note something that is really important, and that is, even if I think that mindful eating can help a lot of people, it certainly cannot be applied to anyone at first. For example, people who carry excessive amounts of fat will be resistant to their satiety hormone and therefore won't be able to eat until they're full. Also, people who have no notion of portion size or food composition and who don't have any idea of what a healthy, balanced meal looks like will not find success with intuitive eating, at least at first. If this is your case, then I would suggest you start learning about different aspects of nutrition, such as food composition, calories, portion control, etc. You really need to get some guidelines and to follow them. Then, once all of that is in place, you can start successfully implementing mindful eating. So if you binge eat, you are not alone. Thankfully, there are ways to overcome these episodes. Get professional help and try to follow the tips that I gave you in this video. Eat full, healthy meals during set periods of time. Ditch the diet culture and practice mindful eating. Hopefully this video helped you. Don't forget to seek medical help if you need it. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and see you on my next one. Bye!